In Turnover B&B, there are two different ways that hosts can view their cleaning projects. The first way is from our schedule, which is more traditional calendar-based way of looking at one's reservations as well as the cleaning projects that have been created depending on their settings. So in this example, we have a timeline view, as you can see, which crosses our properties or listings against the days up here. There's a lot of different configurations that a host can apply in here to tailor this view to them, so customize it to make sense for their business. Currently, I'm in a 30-day view, which would allow me to scroll across. Some people prefer, just clipping this at 7 days and giving them a week shot. Some of the other things that people can do, you can apply filters in here. So currently these are my filters. I'm looking for all my property groups. I'm filtering out a few properties maybe that are no longer active. And I can also filter for cleaners. If I click this, my filters will pop open. You'll see that there's statuses that they can filter for. They can look for specific projects, toggle on and off properties, property groups, cleaners like I showed you before. You can also find that within filters here. There are some other additional settings within calendar settings. So for example, if you ever needed to go ahead and hide bookings, you just wanted to see the cleaning projects, if you were to click this, the calendar will adjust. You'll no longer see those gray blocks, which are the reservations. There are some calendar preferences that a host could play around with as well. So we can see, AM, PM preferred time format. If they prefer Monday or Sunday as the first time of the week, business hours, as well as size of cleaning projects. And lastly, you can decide to collapse projects should you have a lot in a given day. When someone finds something that they like, we do have the ability for them to save views. So if you look up in the top right here, there's a My Views section. You'll see I have a default view, but I also do have a couple other views. They're able to save views depending on how they like looking at information, and then they can easily jump and see things as they need to, depending on what they're looking for. On the top right corner, there is a little sync button here as well. So in the event an iCalendar has not caught up, or maybe a reservation was just created on Airbnb and it still has not popped up in Turnover B&B, this is a force sync button, at which point they can sync again manually and receive that reservation if it's no longer there. Moving forward here, one other thing that does occur, hosts are able to adjust projects on a one-off basis. So if I were to go ahead and click on a cleaning project here, so if on Palm Beach, I'm looking at Friday the 15th, if I click on it, you'll see this tile open up. This has a lot of information. We can see that it's currently unassigned. That's why it says no cleaner. It's available to these cleaners. So this is my primary cleaners against the project. So Rosa and Kyle are currently able to see this cleaning project. They have not viewed it. We show some information on this page, such as how many projects they have on this day. We can also see the backup cleaners. If there were any backup cleaners, they would be sitting in here. Again, if I open this up, one additional piece of information, you can see these tags. You can see that it's visible, it's published. It says same day arrival. There's a problem already reported against Miami Beach. You can see the booking itself. If we needed to open this up to adjust anything, if I click on details, the side panel will open up where you can see some information a little bit more clearly. There's another menu item in here where they can potentially edit this project. They could unpublish it. They could delete it. They could see the problems themselves. If I were to go ahead and click edit, this would be the idea of a host wanting to change something like the time, the price, the cleaner assignment. If I click on edit project, you will see this window pop up. Kind of looks like a form builder, and you'll see we'll have the property up here, the checklist associated, the price. It'll always call on the default price when we do automatically create a project. However, hosts have the ability on a one-off basis to adjust rates. For example, if this was a deep cleaning or if it took longer than expected and they wanted to pay additional values, they could adjust this. There's some notes that can be adjusted, either visible to the cleaner or not visible to the cleaner. We can also restrict these projects to specific cleaners. If they had 5 primary cleaners, but you wanted to only show 2 cleaners this project, we could restrict and do this here. And yeah, that's currently how our projects are edited on Turnover BNB. If I pop back to the schedule, the last thing I will show you here, there is that one additional assignment method that I talked about. Let's say somebody has a reservations manager and they prefer to manually assign their cleaners when they're going to go ahead and do their schedule. If I was going to look here against like Sunday the 17th at Miami Beach, if I click on it, if I have direct assign turned on in my project settings, assign cleaner will be visible here. And if they click on it, they would be able to just drop a project against a cleaner. The one thing to note with this assignment type, we are not going to ask Rosa if she's available and for her to accept or reject this job. This will just be automatically assigned. The host here would be confirming Rosa's availability for her. And Rosa would not be able to remove herself from that project. The only thing she would be able to do is to request to be removed. But it's important to know the difference between those assignment types.